Hello? 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 Can you hear me, chat? Hello? Dude, I just blue screened. Like full blue screen, not just screen frozen, whatever. I'll get, give me a second, I'll give you the error code. It was a clock watchdog timeout. Which I know was a CPU issue, but when I took it to Memory Express and asked them about it, they said the CPU had no problem. There shouldn't be a driver out. I've updated all my drivers. I have the most recent driver for everything. I don't know what to... Uh, it's all like, oh, restart your PC, Windows update or something. Run the memory diagnostic check, which I've done, and it found no problems. But it's not though, because that happens because of something being overclocked or just not working. What do you mean OBS disconnected, reconnecting? Welcome back. Yippee. Dude, I crashed for a second. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the event log, right? Event viewer. System. Error. Critical. Warning. Select those, right? Be sure I have this. No promises. I don't even know. Like, it's not like I'm doing a lot, right? Like, it tells me specifically when I Google that, indicates a problem with the processor or its interaction, usually because it failed to respond to an interrupt request within a time frame, or like overclocking or something. It's not overheating. I've checked that. It's not a RAM problem. Because when I took it last year to the IT techs to check out, They said they couldn't find anything. And I know they have more, like, better tools than I do. So, let's see. I had the wheel logger thing again. And then I don't know. Maybe a little cooked. That's sick. I can't replace that. That is something I can't afford right now. I probably have one that'll work. Okay. I have a I have an i9 11900K. So if you have an 11th gen i9, sure, that's a good replacement. But that's like a $500 to $600 part normally. I'm tired, Grandpa. It put me back into the Monster Hunter category because of course it did. Oh my goodness, man. I'm tired, Grandpa. There's static Dondo on here. I just want stuff to work. Like, that can't be hard. Why is Fortnite uninstalled? Updated. Oh, okay. How do I make... See if it's under some warranty. I think I can. I don't know. I'm not the one that bought it, is the thing. Do I not have Fortnite installed at all now? Dude, I'm getting tired of this. See if it's under some kind of warranty. I don't know. I don't even know how I would ask them about it specifically if I don't have the purchase thing. I don't even. It's my old boss that bought it for me. I don't even know if he put it under warranty. Don't they just have a default warranty from Intel? I don't know. Um, Typically on the pack. I've had this processor for like a couple of years. I don't know if I got like a receipt from my boss, and after 3 years, I don't know where that is. At this point, I think I just need a new PC, man. I'm copying stuff over right now for Fortnite, and then we can start on. Actually, you know what? While this is going, let's just start whatever YouTube stuff. Okay. All right. So this is about a YouTube prankster who fucked around and found out pretty quick.
Get pretty excited about furniture.
So
Around here, it's not
we'll
a
just
patio,
start it.
it's patio. Oh, I
We'll go dumpster diving behind the San Diego Best Buy.
love those chairs.
Shed-tastic.
Let's go. This rocks.
Dude, I don't care. Let me skip the ad, man. A 30 and 15-second
The day
unskippable
following
ad.
April Fools, officers from several
Yeah. So this is April 2nd. Right? Also pineapple. I don't think I could bring any tech back home. Border would probably stop it. So this is right after April Fools. These YouTubers, actual menaces to society. Biggest prank on the world was letting them run around the world. So they got a good start. But I saw this, and I saw the name of the YouTuber that got hurt. I was like, oh.
agencies rushed
Oh,
to a
no.
mall in Virginia on reports of an active shooter. For officers, the mall is arguably one of the worst locations for a shooting, as they will need to clear every area and direct a high number of citizens among the 1.4 million square foot property. To make matters worse, 911 callers state there may be multiple shooters.
Active shooter incident. All units. 21-year-old male is awake and breathing located outside of Cheesecake Factory. One of the victims. Unsure if there's others. Cardiac gravity rate is being lost.
Way too dank.
Hey, Brandon, go back.
So that guy on the ground, by the way, that would be the YouTuber. The one we just walked by. Imagine bleeding out in front of a Cheesecake Factory. Imagine being near a Cheesecake Factory.
Hey, lovely, come on you. Watch Forever 21.
What's up, Soph? Like, people are just walking around, man. Like, look at that. They're just walking around standing there. Like, the Starbucks guy is just standing there. You see multiple officers come in with their guns saying, get out, and you ain't booking it? The latte is not that important, man. Damn. Also, I like the little map. The little map is nice. See where they are? I'd be sprinting. Cop comes in, guns drawn, and tells me to get out. All right. You know, hey, I'm not gonna argue. If I'm working there, I'm assuming I just get the day off. Like, the mall is closed. I'm going home. I'm not coming back in.
Alright, hey. I got cover. Head up the stairs. Get out of the wall! Get out!
What I missed though, I crashed before this. So, you know, my computer problems weren't fixed. Yippee! Yippee! I $200 spent on an issue that might not have been the issue. So the next thing I need to fix is either $600 or a motherboard, which can be a couple hundred to $1,000. Yippee. Love that. I just need a new computer. I think that's it. Like, my graphics card is fine. My RAM is fine. Everything says it should be good. I can try replacing the thermal paste again. But I don't... Like, I've taken it in for someone to inspect it and see... Because I told them, hey, I'm getting blue screens at different times and from different... Like, it's not always the same time of day, it's not always the same program, I'm not always doing the same thing. Sometimes it's just Google is open, sometimes there's a game in Google, sometimes I'm streaming. And they checked it, and they're like, well, we don't see anything. But we do see one of your hard drives has a problem, like one of your SSDs. They're like, okay. So I bought a new SSD. Then we found out one of the SATA things has a problem, so I bought a new SATA, like, hard drive. I don't know. I don't know. But this video is a prank YouTuber got shot because he was messing with someone. So, spoiler.
Get on your face! Hey, hey! Secure the firearm! I got you, Jordan.
What? Why is that guy just standing there? I don't understand. Even if whatever gunman's on the ground, I ain't staying around there. I don't know what's going on. People still in the massage chairs? You don't hear a gunshot? Are y'all good down there?
Alright, I got you.
Everyone just walking
With one
around.
shooter in custody, officers must search for a second shooter and their victims.
Hey, where's the... Get out of the mall! Get out! Hey, security, come here! Security, come here! We have one. Is there another?
No, sir, that's
No?
the only one, sir.
Only one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you just stay right here, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You saw him first?
No, I don't know who shot.
Okay.
The guy right there, he told me he was the one who shoot.
What else do you know? Get out of the mall!
He's the one who told me to shoot.
Get him. He's a witness.
Upstairs.
So from the beginning, what happened?
I was patrolling and I heard somebody shot. I came here to see everybody running that way.
Yeah.
And I came this way and he told me, oh, shot.
And at what point did you see him?
He was talking on the phone.
He was talking on the
Yeah,
phone?
he was talking on the phone.
Security's third-person account of a first-hand witness indicates one person fired shots, but multiple suspects may be involved. It is still unclear if the others are armed or if they are still hiding in the mall.
Get out, come on, let's go.
Get out of the mall! Get out, let's go.
Like, I get if you're slow to move out of the mall if you have, like, a walker or a cane or something. There was a Starbucks employee just chilling at his thing. Surely, Starbucks ain't paying you enough to stay in an active shooter situation. Right? There's no way. Absolutely no way. No, nobody. This pretzel place? Is Auntie Anne still open though? I don't know what that is. But look at the guy there. He's still there. There's no way. Anybody? What? Oh, yeah. There's a guy there. The cops are telling everyone to get out. But there's no way any of these places are paying you enough to be, like, to be there. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. Anytime in school, I was like, because you know how at schools have like the drills where they lock the doors and stuff, and they tell you to like whatever. I get for that, every time you do that drill in school, you're told like, stay where you are, like barricade, hide yourself in whatever room. That's so obviously that's the first thing you're gonna do if you actively, like, actually experience it. But are we cops yelling at people to get out? I don't know what to do. It doesn't matter what my previous thing is. If someone with a gun's yelling at me to get out, I'm getting out. Fuck you, AI. Unskippable ad? Okay. Game of Thrones? A 2-minute ad. You better... It's unskippable? You give me a 2-minute unskippable ad? Stop yelling at me? I'm sorry. I don't get a skip button. Just refresh the page. Dude, I'm...
Security's third-person account of a first-hand witness indicates
I'm
one
getting
person
mad.
fired shots, but multiple suspects may be involved. It is still unclear if the others are armed or if they are still hiding in the mall.
Get out, come on, let's go. Get out of the mall. Get out, let's go.
While officers begin their sweep, a civilian records the action outside.
Ayan o, naano nila, na baril. Ayan, dito sa Dallas Mall.
Alright, clear that. Alright, hold on. Ready? Clear. Clear.
Ayan, dumating na yung mga rescue. Ayan, tingnan nyo. Mga rescue, ayan. Ayan, mga kasama dito sa Amerika ito.
Oh, and they're in the back rooms too?
Yung mga pulis, tingnan nyo naman yung mga pulis, ang dami. Yan o, si Uncle, oh. Nakasecured. Hello, Uncle. Tingin ka naman. Ayan, si Uncle.
Most unserious commentary.
I'm going left. Go right. Long haul. Hey, hands, come here, come here, hands, come here, hey. I got hands up. I'm holding long. Lots of people in here? I'm ready. Hey, Rossetti, I'm flashing backwards toward you, okay? Backwards? Hey, we got people in this room back here. Hold shot. Yep. Hold here, I'm gonna go back up to this corner, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many victims do we have so far?
Ayun, bubuhatin na. Ayun. Oh.
Hey, hands. Sheriff's office, come out here in the hall. Police. Come to the hall.
It's for the police. Sheriff's office.
Show your hands.
Come out slowly.
We have to wait inside?
No, ven
come.
aquí.
Okay, go ahead. Come.
Policía, ven aquí. Ven aquí.
Hands.
Manos arriba.
Okay.
Okay?
Exit.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Three more sheriff's officers. More bodies with us.
back here. Sheriff's office back here. Yeah, we're right here. All right.
Lahat. Lumabas
Oh,
lahat.
Sabar. What is that?
Nagtatrabaho,
Sabaro?
lahat. Lumabas, lahat.
Stay away. You okay?
Pizza place? Is it good pizza?
Yeah, I don't need cardio today.
Ang dami mga tao. Yun, magsilabas na tao sa mall.
Nobody comes in behind us?
I don't even know who would ask because
Yeah.
nobody knows where anybody is.
Okay, let's collapse back this way.
Damn.
Yeah, we hit them too.
I don't know about these small ones.
We got somebody guarding the evidence right here. Okay. Are we just doing a sweep through here?
Yeah, we're gonna check.
Okay. Push forwards. All right. Oh, fresh air.
That's so good. Gonna lady over here and flat out.
Okay.
I didn't realize the employees would be like, shoot, we're gonna shelter in place, you know.
Oh, goodness.
Which, that's cool. I mean, they have like the gates.
It's a terrible idea.
I mean, that's what you're taught to do, though. Wait.
Oh, we've already been missing there. How many of you are there? Hey, just wait a second. Hey, Sarge, you got 3 citizens up there? Where do you want them? Hey, you 3, just take a second. Hang tight.
Stop moving. You said stop moving. Yeah. We got right here.
Okay. Where is he?
There's just people entering the mall.
I don't know.
Anybody else? Just 2.
What do we know so far?
There was reports of multiple shooters.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of people here, so.
I would still act as if there was a potential another shooter.
Yeah.
Just contact the Lime Sheriff's Office. I mean, there's
I'm-
100 units there.
Yeah.
I don't think they suck at the moment. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, it looks like they have 20 people running around checking all the stores. And you have people that aren't cops trying to stay in the mall or something. Which just adds to the confusion. Because they got a report of... Do they not have backups stopping people from going in and out, though? They're probably trying to. But there's people that are in the mall still that are trying to get out. And I don't know how many entrances this mall has. The small mall that I have near me has like 6 entrances. So between cops inside and outside, trying, I guess. But they were also told 2 shooters. There's only 1. They don't know how many people are hurt. And then there's the employees that are in random stores with whatever, like, customers that were there. I guess just trying to shelter. Absolutely, it's a circus.
Yeah. The entire county's here right
Yeah,
now.
the whole county's working this.
So far, officers have found 1 shooter and 1 gunshot victim, but officers face another obstacle as workers re-enter the mall before the sweep is complete.
Like,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now.
All right, why is everyone coming back from the... Because they send us from here just to go close all the store. But we don't need 10 people to close off.
That everybody have a store. He can stay outside. I can go close my store.
I have a reptile house. I have heat lamps on live animals. I gotta get some heat lamps on. Who told you guys to come back in?
There's all the officers, the one stand in front of the entrance door.
I got you, but obviously we got a crime scene going on. We're not letting like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 of you back in here. What's everyone doing back here? What are you guys doing? All closed. Get out. You're not at work. Get out.
Yeah,
Like-
let me call 1 Bravo. Hey, I got a group of employees. Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody who has to turn gas off, we can escort over to the grills.
So 1 from each store. I have to go downstairs and across the reptile.
Everybody else has to go out. Okay, y'all come home with me. We're gonna go do the reptiles first, and we're gonna do this as a group, okay? All right, y'all can wait right here. Don't go anywhere, okay?
You ever come out here on a better situation, I'll give you a personal tour.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, don't walk through here, okay? Hey, family, they get to walk over here. They got to turn the gas off in their grills. What's that? You just turn the gas off?
Can I put that other up right here?
No, right now. Are you all done?
Just that one?
Okay. Yeah.
Your internet is bugging?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's a bad day.
Heavy. Yeah. 30 pounds? Plus this.
You have to deal with all that out there.
Did either of you see anything?
See the deal? See the post office. The only thing you saw is that everybody started running.
Oh, okay. Okay, you three can go follow directions from deputies on how to get out through Macy's, okay? Just water, please. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I could crush a slushy. Hey, you doing alright?
Yeah,
Oh.
the mall's gonna be closed. There was an incident in the food court.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry.
No problem. You're fine. Yeah, no problem.
You would think that would be, it's a crime scene. I'm not supposed to be here. It's already on the news.
Is it?
One injured suspect on the Washington Post.
Washington Post? Fox 5 News. They put the new freaking menu item of Chick-fil-A on their news.
Washington Post is saying authorities believe the shooting stemmed from a dispute between two people.
Officers discovered in
Damn.
real time a self-proclaimed YouTube prankster was filming a video with peers when the incident occurred.
Oh. Alright, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying do we think this guy's gonna be? A YouTube prankster at 26. So I think when people say YouTube prankster, depending on how old you are, you have a different idea come to mind. Because I think of like that guy who would pretend to be like a car seat in drive-thrus. Maybe people shouldn't be stupid. Yeah. But I think of like the classic YouTube pranksters. But now, I think most people think of what a kick streamer is. Like Jack Doherty and like all those people. Where the prank is just harassing random people in public. To my knowledge, given the name of this guy's YouTube channel, I think he's more on the kick side. You know?
Yeah. I got the whole thing on tape. Is this a bit? Like, you got the big old camera, you got the whole thing on tape? Like, what were y'all doing?
Police obtained the footage originally intended for classified goons, a YouTube channel featuring Tanner Cook and his peers.
Tanner's the one that got shot. I can already tell you, just off of the frame of how Tanner looks, he's annoying as hell. Just... His parents talk like they're in a gated community, so I know he's never had punishment as a kid.
As they provoke unsuspecting people, usually retail workers or customers, to capture their negative reactions on video.
We're gonna get some people real riled up and real mad at this.
I know that this is funny to you.
I'm not here to like...
This isn't funny to us.
I completely get that.
It's not funny. Buddy was pretty mad. Clearly the people in the store didn't enjoy it too much, but we had a lot of fun.
By the way, the reason he probably doesn't get a lot of pushback, Jack Doherty, he's short, so a lot of people are willing to fight him. This guy Tanner is 6'2" and like 200 pounds. I wonder why people don't try to like step up to you as much. There's a reason people need like security guards on Kick.
I did,
But at, like, oh.
Tanner, seemingly unaffected by social shame, is willing to push boundaries to get what he wants. Tanner's own posts show him invading personal space.
Bro, just back up! Hey!
Shouting and making loud noises, alluding to commit crimes.
Stores started breaking items. We didn't actually break any of their stuff, but...
Does he have... I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'll just take it.
We just went into some...
Brother, what is that hair? Oh. Oh no. What are you looking at? You're looking at someone who wants to be something he's not. Uh, oh.
Some stores started breaking items. We didn't actually break any of their stuff, but they didn't know that.
Act like we're peeing on the floor. Just doing that, but.
Like peeing on the floor.
All without consent from those they force into these situations.
Taking pictures and filming.
Don't take a photo of me.
That's it. We're recording the giraffes.
Behavior, especially given his reportedly 6'5" and over 200-pound frame, even when engaging with armed individuals.
I'm skipping through this because I can't watch someone being a dickhead, just straight face. Reboot and you wish me luck? I wish you luck.
Tanner has shown he will continue his antics.
Seriously. Dude.
Target pulls a knife. Like, his reaction is...
Tanner has shown he will continue his antics.
Seriously.
Dude. Someone's threatening you with a weapon. And you're like, dude, put it down, put it away, silly. Stop being a little goofy guy.
Just leave it right there. You're tripping, bro. Are you f***ing around? No, don't touch me. It's just a hug. Get the fuck away from me, dude. All right, it's just one more fucking time. Get the fuck away from me.
He pulls a gun. You're like, dude.
Dude, or I will fucking shoot your ass out. Right the fuck now. Be gentle with me, please.
Police.
Someone pulls a knife on you and you're like, dude. Someone pulls a gun on you and you're like, be gentle, please. How? You must have rich parents that you know could either sue or bail you out immediately. I can't think of any other reason apart from just actual troglodyte to have that line of thinking of like, oh, be gentle. When someone pulls a gun, you have to be so brain dead or so... Like, exactly. Like, you gotta have such... He's obviously never been told no and never been punished as a kid. You know? He's always gotten what he's wanted. Guaranteed. But, like, if police are called on you dozens of times, like, you remember we watched the popular MMOs, body cam, and they were like, it's YouTube boy. If that's the reputation you garner from cops getting called on you,
have been called dozens of times as a result.
Please hang up and dial 911.
We've already called the police on them.
The police are on their way.
like,
The channel operates in a legal gray area, and officers have not taken action. In many videos, Tanner tricks people by claiming someone is secretly filming them, always his own cameraman, while legal consequences.
You have no... He wants.
Even all-party consent laws that this is almost certainly the reason Tanner and his peers solely film in publicly accessible settings. However, there are plenty of other laws that Tanner and his peers do that are seemingly illegal, but hardly enforced.
But if they're telling him to leave, he's not, then he is committing a crime. He's trespassing now.
Out.
Outside of these apparent violations, his actions are also textbook examples of disorderly conduct, with plenty of perceived evidence posted on his own channel.
I get off going to jail, brother. I'm motherfucker that breaks cameras. Hey, come on.
Ultimately, videos also depict that Tanner runs away from the scene before officers arrive, ultimately avoiding consequences.
Hurry up.
Hey, they just called the cops on us. He said they're pulling up, so hopefully we can get out of here before they get here.
From our research, Tanner has yet to face any charges, even in cases where officers detain him and his peers.
I need you to get out of his face because you seem like you're provoking him.
What's your problem?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna go to jail.
Get your cigarettes.
Charges against Tanner.
I'm gonna take you to jail.
Okay.
Goodbye.
fight.
Officers likely have not pursued charges against Tanner because they are dealing with more pressing issues. Conversely, some at the scene said this prank-related shooting drew more officers than they had ever seen.
When I was listening to the radio, I thought there was like multiple victims.
I was expecting to see some guy with an AR in here.
Exactly.
We were getting him in custody, and we were still hearing that there's other stuff going on.
Yeah, it's always going to be chaos. I think we had a pretty good response.
They added everyone. Yeah, they said dump all the stations and send them here, so everybody got added.
Yeah. I've never seen so many units in one day.
Like, okay, so that explains the confusion. When I looked at this off stream and other stuff, I think they sent like 12 different police stations full of cops down to this mall. So there's like 100 something police officers at this mall right now. And it's, imagine where those cops could have been, helping other people, but instead some jackass decided to provoke someone and got shot. I think, personally, I don't think it's a hot take if you end up diverting police resources away because you caused a problem or you made a fake report or something that caused cops to come deal with you instead, and something happens to somebody else where the cops could have been, you should be charged in that case. Like if there's a crime going on and somebody dies, right? But cops are dealing with your dumbass instead, you should be charged for that. You should be added to that. If you are wasting people's resources and their time and possibly causing harm to others because of that, yeah, cops are kind of have to respond to any threat of a gun. It does not matter. But if it's like, oh, you were provoking someone, and when they said, I will shoot you, you decided to go wiggle your nose at them and mess with them further, and then you get shot as a result. And then because of that, 12 police stations send people? Yeah, if you're like, I don't think so, and then you get shot, and you draw 100 plus officers in, what other crimes are going on right now? What other people need help? And you just get away with it.
Dude, I've had more action on days for the last 3 weeks than I had for the last like 6 months at night.
People don't know, man.
Yeah.
They think days is all just almost all the homicides are on days.
Yeah. 2 robberies yesterday. This today.
Tanner's pranks become more serious when factoring in the emergency resources they occupy, a reputation that has drawn attention from nearby agencies.
One of the Loudoun County deputies who responded to Dulles Town Center back on April 2nd said that he was the first one to get to Tanner Cook right after he was shot. He rendered first aid. He said as he was walking up to Cook, he recognized him from his YouTube videos.
That's horrible, but also, like, even if he doesn't get charged, right? Like, if this doesn't end up on Tanner's record, anybody that just Googles your name and has your picture and comes up, YouTube prankster, harassed somebody and then got shot. Lovely. Okay, good luck getting a job. Not that he needs it, I think, given his parents, but that's at least getting, like, if it's on your criminal, like, if it's on your background that, like, you got shot, okay. You were young, whatever. This guy's, like, 20-something. He's old enough to know. I think the messing with people in public is never okay, but it stops being understandable after, like, 14. Like, if you're under 14 and you do whatever in public, it's like, okay, you're stupid, you're a kid. But when you're 14, you have enough social awareness to not be a dickhead. So, because, like, 16, you start high school. 18, you start college, typically. 14, you start junior high. So it's not... If this guy's old enough to... I think he's like 20, 22. You should be 4 years into college at that point.
Officers on scene at the mall seem to remember Tanner from one incident in particular.
Wait, it was one of the clowns?
You shot one of the clowns.
Oh my god.
If you're known as one of the clowns...
That's... Is he alive or...?
Get the heck out of my store!
Keep going.
Go ahead and tell them, sir. You're the same clowns from Five Guys. Now this is at least 3 times you're doing it.
Hey, how about we get off the
Yeah,
scooter?
get out of the scooter. I'm banned from the property?
Yes.
Your ID, your ID. But I still need your name. Tanner, same thing for you. You need a sign.
He does that stupid face.
Property? Yes. Your ID, your ID.
With his mouth
I still
open.
need your name.
Oh.
Tanner, same thing for you. You need a sign.
I don't think it's mandatory to provide ID when a criminal action hasn't occurred.
No, it is, actually. He wants you formally trespass.
Footage from the shooting shows Tanner continued the same antics that have previously led others to pull weapons on him. This time, he faced real consequences.
I don't speak very much English, and I had a question.
So?
No, man, I'm like a boner right now. There.
Picture, right? This guy in the gray. Yeah, I said there's a secret.
X, I never had get away from you.
The footage shows the group targeting 31-year-old Alan Coley, who tries to ignore them, but they follow him anyway. Reports say Alan was working for DoorDash and living in his truck to get by. Unbeknownst to them, Alan is legally armed with a concealed carry permit and is a member of the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, which offers gun safety training and self-defense liability insurance.
They picked the worst guy possible. When I'm in a randomly throttling my bandwidth competition, my opponent is moving it. Dude, something's going on today with computers. I don't get it. So, they picked somebody out, which means it's premeditated. I don't think that matters for harassment, but it shows it wasn't just a random encounter, that you targeted an individual. Right? It's got to be some Windows update. If it's Windows that's making my thing crash, then I actually can't do anything. If that's the same problem, Jonah, oh, I like the little countdown in the top where it says YouTuber. This is a little timer. In 28 seconds, we will see a canon event. Like, they identify him, they follow him, they continue harassing him.
Yes.
What's that mean?
Okay. So, you see how quick that was? So in about 5 seconds, we're about to see the event happen, right? SpongeBob will be turned into an aluminum can? Yeah. If some huge dude was following me like that, yeah. Because he's using... Obviously, he knows he's tall, and he's larger, so that's part of his thing. That's why that he uses that as a defense, right? Jack Doherty, when he messes with people, he has that bodyguard who's just big and tall. None of these pranksters, if they're shorter, or like the dude in the back in the checkered, none of them do it on their own. They always have someone taller and larger there, who's either the first person to go up or is to be backup. But this guy says, get out of my face before I call the cops and you stop. And when he doesn't stop and he invades his personal space, I think Tanner body checks him.
Stop.
So there's the hand with the gun. And there it is. yells in pain. So, like, people are running.
This now silent video shows a crowd fleeing the shooting, but another civilian's angle captures those who stayed, seemingly calm and unaffected, as Alan stands nearby on the phone.
So, what goes through your mind when you hear a gunshot, and then the shooter pulls out his phone to talk to someone, and you're just like, this pizza's busted. He doesn't call the cops. At least I don't think he calls the cops on himself. I think he's calling a lawyer right now.
A detective gives her 2 cents after reviewing the footage at the scene.
You can tell that he's trained with firearms. He doesn't even raise his arm. He literally grabs the gun out and tilts his vest and shoots one round. We got her after the fire alarm, but today he's delivering food.
Critical condition, life-threatening, but stable.
Like, he didn't raise, like, so this guy, the DoorDash person, has been trained in how to use a gun safely. So quick, up, and out, braced at his hip, one shot to dispatch the threat. I think he shoots Tanner in, like, the stomach or something. Because Tanner is able to run out of the cafeteria, down the stairs and out the door across the street to where we saw at the beginning of the video someone drops a med kit for him. So he's able to get pretty far. It's not like it's critical, it's bad. Any gunshot's bad. But the guy didn't go for a kill shot. Right? Which helps his case. He's in self-defense mode, and he does whatever to stop it. He stood where he was, he put it on the floor, he stayed there, so when cops came by, told him to get on the ground, he got on the ground. He put it down, made sure he was not a threat anymore. As opposed to Amber that we saw the other day, who shot somebody and then hunted them down.
That's why you don't go screwing with people.
Yeah, he been doing that to us and to Fairfax.
Yeah. Now they mess with the wrong person.
And I thought the same thing, just like you think. I said, yeah, ball, go to Washington D.C. to see what's gonna happen.
Probably looking at it. It's dumb. Yeah. That's wild.
Rumors claim Alan called USCCA to file a self-defense claim right after the incident, but when it emerged he had a public defender, not USCCA-backed counsel, it sparked controversy. Notably, the policy's fine print allows USCCA to drop members they believe acted outside the bounds of self-defense, regardless of legal outcomes. After his arrest, Alan was charged with 1 count of malicious wounding, 1 count of use of a firearm in commission of a felony, and 1 count of unlawfully discharging a firearm in a dwelling. Alan pled not guilty to all charges, leading to a jury trial, a process that would take almost 9 months while Alan resided in jail. Alan was acquitted on 1 count of malicious wounding and 1 count of use of a firearm in commission of a felony, but was found guilty on 1 count of unlawfully discharging a firearm in a dwelling. That conviction was enough to revoke his concealed carry license and bar his right to own firearms. He was sentenced to time served, meaning the roughly 9 months in jail that led up to the verdict would be considered his sentence. He was released from confinement immediately afterwards. USCCA stayed mostly silent about the situation until later sharing a blog post featuring an email, allegedly from Alan, meant to clarify the situation. The email states the organization never dropped his coverage, but that Alan chose a public defender on his own and rejected USCCA coverage himself. While Alan dealt with the legal process, reports indicate Tanner underwent surgery to remove his gallbladder.
This photo pisses me off. Hey. So, to my knowledge, the guy that shot the gun, right, still has his truck and is still going on fine. All that damage that was done was that he can't own a gun now, right? Okay, I would rather lose that than spend the rest of my life in jail. Sick. Tanner is...
And fully recovered. During that time, Tanner was invited as a guest on a Dr. Phil segment.
I have no sympathy for this man at all. I do not care. He harassed someone, got shot, and is now using that as like... This is marketing for him, for his YouTube channel. He's capitalizing off of this.
That focused on the act of being filmed and shamed in public.
People like drama-driven content. People don't have the best reaction. I got shot. It looked like I was being a little aggressive, but that wasn't, my intent.
What do you... You were following him around, saying something like you make... Like... Making crude, essentially sexual comments to him. Following him around when he tells you to stop. That is sexual harassment. If someone's telling you to get away and you keep making comments either about yourself to them or about them, that is harassment. It looked like I was being a little aggressive, because you were. Wasn't my intention. Bullshit. Lie.
I don't regret any of the pranks on my channel.
And you don't regret anything you've done. You don't regret harassing someone, leading you to getting harmed? Are you stupid? I know the answer to that. But you don't care. He will do this again. He will do it again because when I checked his channel, the last video was 9 months ago. This video came out 10 days ago, but was about something that happened last year. Last year or a year and a half ago. So 6 to 9 months ago, he put out a video where he's still pranking people in public. He has not learned. Something is going to happen again where he pushes someone, the wrong person, and either it'll be the same event or it'll be the last prank he does. You're a YouTuber. You have, I think it's like 500,000 viewers or something. You have a platform. You have people that watch you. But at this point, I don't know if they watch you because they think you're funny or if they watch to see if you get hurt. It's a coin flip of, do you like my content or you hate watching? I won't be surprised if he gets hurt again and tries to take that. He gets like, I can see the scenario. He gets hurt again. People dog on him. So he's like, I'm getting cancelled and I got hurt. And he grifts because the pranks aren't doing too well. It's the same thing I've seen other channels do where their channel starts dying or something happens to them and they try to spin that into a career or to like advance their career and they grift. Tobuscus is a prime example. What was that? Kyle Rittenhouse is a prime example. Kyle has a YouTube channel where he talks about culture war stuff and like games and movies and the woke, the left. People will, when they can't do something on their own, they can't progress, they can't do anything on their own except for sabotage themselves, they will grift to people who have the lowest standard possible. And it's always the worst people. So if you have to play societal limbo and just see how low you can go, with how you view people and how you act in society, you will never turn out on top. Once they hit rock bottom, they grab a shovel. They start climbing up the ladder to get back out the hole, and sometimes they can get kind of high, but they never get out of the hole. Once you start digging, you don't get out. I can see that for this guy. Because if he's doing stuff still, he's had, to my knowledge, 2 guns pulled on him and a knife. One of those guns went off. I won't be surprised if there's a headline soon, within the next few years, of Tanner Cook hurt again or worse.
You know, if you don't like it, you don't gotta watch it. You know, it's as simple as.
Also, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Maybe don't be a dick. Don't harass people in public. I took a shit in the middle of the floor. Well, just don't look at it. I don't care if your stance is don't look at it or not. You still took a shit in the middle of the store. Well, he's talking about viewers, like people watching the YouTube videos. It's like, okay, don't like it, don't watch it. Don't harass people.
Was that?
And this was supposed to be funny. It's been reported the judge.
And the crowd is laughing.
Judge in the case said no citizen goes to the mall to become the pawn of a prank. True?
Yes.
So he had some sympathy, although the.
So he agrees with that. Him saying yes is him acknowledging what he's doing is wrong. That doesn't stop strangers from reacting. Yeah. So he had some sympathy, although the guy spent 8 months in jail.
The guy spent 8 months in jail.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about that?
See, I feel bad for the guy, honestly, but you know, he has to go through the process of the courts.
He has to go through. He wouldn't have had to if you weren't harassing him. You can't go, oh, you know, well, he did a bad thing. What prompted that? Why did he have to go through the process of the courts? What happened? What events led up to him having to go through the process of the courts, Tanner? Was it maybe you harassing someone, which is against the law? Was Tanner charged? I don't think so.
But you sent him to jail.
Yeah, but I didn't, you know, want that to happen. It wasn't the plan to just go to the mall and be like, all right, I want someone to go to jail. I had to double check my hoodie to see if there was a hole, and there was a hole, so I was like, oh, yep.
Yeah, I've been shot.
Yep. I was like, damn. It is what it is. There's that.
You still.
That's. I got shot. Is what it is. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
You thought about it, some other kind of job?
Nope. It's going to be that.
You still pranking? Yeah. Thought of another job? No. Oh. You know, maybe they needed to teach concealed carry people better aim. I don't think you could even get a normal job after this. No. I'm pretty sure if you type in Tanner Cook, you will see this story first.
Like 50 Cent.
Like 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. That's not what he did. I don't think that means what you think. You're white from the suburbs. You're white from the suburbs and you tried to. I hope he doesn't have a Kick channel, but I can almost guarantee he does. Oh.
Tanner's parents have also thrown in their 2 cents to media.
Surely the parents don't try to cover it up and try to, like... Surely the parents don't just absolve him.
There's the line where it became a life-threatening situation. At no point do you go, oh, there's where it became a physical point where this guy had to defend himself.
This guy had someone following him that's twice his size, 200 pounds, and won't leave him alone. If you have a kid on the playground, if you have a 5-year-old getting bullied by someone that's like 12, and they throw a rock at the kid, at the bully, and hurt the bully, are you going to say there's no point where the kid had to defend himself? If someone's taller than you, larger than you, and they won't leave you alone, and you say, I'm calling the cops, and he's still coming after you, what do? Just ignore it? You don't know what he's going to do to you. You don't know what someone in public will do. That goes for both ways. He's taller than you and has another person with him, at least 2 other people with him. So from this guy's point of view, he's getting followed by someone that's large, harassing him currently in the moment, and his 2 friends beside him, who look to be the same height, at least. So if they follow you, if 3 people corner you, and they're already harassing you, I don't know what you're going to do. Of course I'm going to defend myself. So this is Tanner's dad being like, there was at no point this guy needed to defend himself. Really? So, I don't know how tall this guy is. If I have, like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, if I have Shaquille O'Neal, if I have, like, 3 big, scary people, they're not scary. Unless you're, like, short. But if I have 3 people who are quite strong, quite large, following me, and they're harassing me, I think he would probably be concerned. But he's not concerned because he's never had to deal with problems in his life. Like, I get the feeling the biggest problem in their neighborhood is that the garbage is picked up an hour late. That's probably 3 large men surrounding me. Like,
Tanner's father also shared that they believed, quote, the media painted Tanner as the aggressor and Alan as the victim without even seeing the video of what happened.
I don't need to see one video when there's a backlog of you. I don't care about what happened. I don't need to see the current video to know Tanner was in the wrong. Because Tanner has had a gun pulled on him before. And his response was, be gentle. Somebody pulled a knife on him and he went, dude. Like someone was spraying water at him. I don't care about the video. I know he's in the wrong.
This was not the verdict Tanner Cook and his mother were hoping for.
They wanted him to be in jail? Oh, so that's is that a house or a courthouse?
Video of what happened.
This was
okay, that's a courthouse. Is it? Yeah, okay.
Not the verdict Tanner Cook and his mother were hoping for, but we did catch up with them. Here's what they had to say.
At the end of the day, we respect what the jury says, and my family and I are just grateful and thankful that I have my son here.
Okay. All right, so you disagree with the jury? Okay. Grateful your son is here. That's fair. You know what? Reasonable. That's okay.
And nothing else matters right now. And
fair.
That's it. I want to thank the prosecutors, the Commonwealth prosecutors, Ms. Jones and Eden Holmes. They did an outstanding job presenting this case, and we couldn't have had it any better. And regardless of the outcome, the jury's the jury, and we totally respect how our law plays out, and this was the outcome today, and we respect that.
Oh. They're filming this for the news. This is going on the news. This is his reputation around town. How many people in his town do you think saw the headline and were like, please? Please. Fresh out of court, and this is his mom's okay, his mom is trying to be super respectful. Why isn't he in court attire? Do you think he owns something that's not frat house? Like, whatever. They have something for him. They didn't force him to wear it, obviously. But his mom is trying her best to be, like, respectful and be like, you know what? I disagree with whatever, but I'm not going to try to fight it if that's the conclusion they come to. Okay, at least my son is still here. You know what? Fair enough. You disagree, you disagree. You're happy your kid's alive. I get that. Ah! But for him to be there, just... Oh. Yeah.
Let's go. Just real quick, Tanner, you said you wanted to. What's your message to the people who might have a question about your content itself?
I don't know. Guess we'll just have to keep watching.
So you'll continue to make videos?
Yeah, probably. We'll see, you know?
How disappointed are you about this?
I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It's God's plan at the end of the day.
I don't care, it is what it is. God's plan at the end of the day. Oh. I hate I hate every time someone gets in trouble and they're like, you know what? It's God's plan, it's God's will. That's not an excuse. I'm Christian. I believe God has a plan for everybody. That does not mean you get to use that as an excuse to absolve yourself of what you do. I can't punch someone and go, it's God's plan that you got hurt today. I'm sorry. That's not an excuse. Because if you believe that, and that line of thinking, you wouldn't act the way you do. Oh. If he's using God's plan in the way that Drake does, okay, he doesn't believe any of that, any of the realm of thinking for that. But if he goes to church and acts like this, oh, I know that place smells. Oh. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go to their community. They're gonna put the code into the gate, go right on through it, and it'll be business as usual. Just spending whatever parents' money on stuff. Oh. That makes me mad.
So, since the shooting,
more
he has
than
posted
anything,
7 more YouTube videos. He continues to provoke others, gets detained, faces more trespass accusations, and receives increasingly widespread backlash in his comments section.
And that's it. Just nothing was done. There's no problem for him. The only problem is he got shot. He doesn't get any consequences. Oh, okay. Do we continue? What do we want to do, chat? It's 4 p.m. This is typically when I stop. What do we do? Y'all want to watch another body cam? I have another one lined up. Yeah, if you're done, we'll watch one more. This is YouTuber falls in love with obsessed fan. This is on EWU body cams. Ain't no way. I found some ones that seemed interesting. There was another one I found. About someone trying to use like a Batman gadget. Where they had like Ebola, not Ebola, but they shot Ebola out of like a net launcher to wrap some guy, like to get some guy. And the guy went down. The guy got bola'd, so he's like his legs are effectively tied. He goes down and he looks at and goes, "What the hell did you do?" And the guy's tweaking out on something. He's just like, he just calls the officer gay. And the cop's like, okay. And? I saw Batman gadget in the title, and the guy was tweaking, but he had some odd tattoos, so I don't think it's one that we can watch on Twitch, but
I fell in love.
This one also seemed interesting. Can I get an opinion on something? What do you need, Pineapple? What's up? He's typing. Incoming essay. Essay or IP grabber, one of the two. Hold. I'm holding. I'm waiting. I'm paused. I am still in space. Also, you stop typing whatever you're typing just to type hold. No, I'm cooking. Okay. So I'm holding. I'm waiting. I'm wiggling my toes. I'm writing this paper right. Okay. I'm glad you're not writing it wrong. And it needs to be 8 pages. Okay. Yeah. Right now it's just shy, so I increased the paragraph spacing just a little bit. Okay. Does this look double-spaced? You know what? Yeah. You guys can sit with the little timer there. What does one space look like? Like single spaced. Like, is it a big difference, or is it noticeable? One space is crazy thin. So if I do like, so that's 1 1. Okay, never mind. That doesn't work on Twitch. Okay, let's try this. So one, it didn't take the period, really? So, okay, 1, 2, 1. You know what? This isn't working. Run it. Do whatever your gut feels. Pineapple. I don't know, man. My brain is cooked about as much as my CPU is. This is what double spaced normally looks like. It looks kind of the same. Your pictures are different sizes, but it looks the same. Yeah, don't go past 0.3. You should be good.
Love with a fucking stalker. And how dare you? And you know what? Go to sleep tonight and sleep on your pillow and know what you did to this woman.
Someone's having a problem.
The one in my crack says the world is my oyster in my crack. Leave it up to YouTube, you know? Leave it up to YouTube.
So, you can't tell at all, and that gets me to 8 pages just fine. Then I think it works.
This is Morgan, better known to her thousands of online followers as Unstoppable Morgan, and in the summer...
Unstoppable Morgan. Okay, yeah. Unstoppable Morgan. Oh, I look up her name on YouTube, and the first video that pops up is the body cam. So Unstoppable Morgan has 155,000 subscribers. Although her last video was 2 years ago. So I have a feeling she may have stopped making content. Now I have 1 hour to add all my citations. I wish you luck.
of 2023, she proves that the name is earned. Taking some time off from her usual travel videos, Morgan immerses herself in a summer romance that turns into a living nightmare of venomous allegations and twisted mind games involving money, reputation, and even violence. The question, is Unstoppable Morgan the innocent victim of this madness, or is she the architect?
And now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs.
Oh. Dude. A silent 8-second ad? You know what? That one's fine. If your ad is silent, and like less than 10 seconds,
It's
I don't
August
care.
16th, 2023 in Sparks, Nevada, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Department gets a very unusual call.
Hi, I'm calling to report a crime.
Okay, what crime?
Extortion.
Okay, where did this occur?
It occurred online. I had called the FBI last night, and they told me I needed to notify the local authorities as
No
well.
ad block?
Okay.
Fishman, I have ad block, but YouTube won't play the video if I have ad block up. Like, it won't even load the site. So we just deal with the ads.
The computer at your house where this happened?
Even
No,
Script Monkey.
It's being done via social media.
Okay, what is her relationship to you?
She's my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, and what exactly was the extortion that she made?
She wanted $400,000. She made a post saying that she got a black eye, but she didn't say how or that it was me. She alluded to it and made several other posts after that wanted to be quote unquote paid out. She said, "Buy me out like the last chick you bit, 400K."
It's not every day that a call comes into 911 reporting an alleged online extortion, but as we'll soon hear, that's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to John's extraordinary story.
Okay, and I'm not on that property, by the way. It's only her.
Where were you?
I've been sleeping on a dirt road up in the desert up north of there.
Okay, we need you to meet with our deputies to take a report, so where do you want to meet at?
Could we meet at my office?
Okay, sir.
The dispatcher has deputies meet him at his office later that morning. It's there that John shares the stormy tale of a romance gone sour. We also find out that this isn't John's first contact with the Washoe County Sheriff's Office this week.
Yesterday, I responded out to the house for a wellness check for her.
I was here.
She was kind of in an emotional state yesterday, so it wasn't super clear. So just kind of when you guys started dating.
We started online dating, phone, distance relationship,
And how did you meet her?
online. She's a YouTuber.
Okay.
She has an online presence.
Okay.
John goes on to explain that just like thousands of her followers, he was a fan of Unstoppable Morgan's YouTube channel. The pair met online and started dating. Soon, he invited her home.
She had these ideas about, what she wanted to do for her next project, for her channel, and this and that. I got space. Why don't you come on out this way? So she came out this way, stayed for about a week. She went up to Idaho for a couple of weeks to go tour some hot springs and film content for her YouTube channel. We had still been talking on the phone. I was
Working on things,
working
type
on
of thing.
things.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, "Okay, well, I'll come back."
But John tells the officers that things quickly deteriorated from there.
She just
Is this a Jim Can't Swim video? No. This is EWU body cams. They're like the main body cam YouTube channel.
progressively got more unstable. And so I was like, look, still love you as a friend, but I don't think we can, have a relationship on any kind of romantic level. Then started going online and doing stuff. One day she was like, "Oh yeah, we broke up," and she took a bunch of stuff out of my house and was posting a live on YouTube saying that she stole my dog and she stole my Rolex and all this stuff and was driving around live streaming it.
As John relates the story to deputies outside his office, the details of this shattered romance grow more and more outlandish. Their living situation in particular has been a major source of conflict. The officer asked John when Morgan moved into the home's mother-in-law suite.
She was never really fully in the mother-in-law's. She was in my room for quite a bit and then moved into the mother-in-law's after the first call when your partner said, "Look, I checked the house. She can lock the door." He told her, "You stay on that side. You stay on that side."
And what was the reason for that call? I've kind of read through it a little bit.
Right.
Like, what was the whole issue with
So
that?
the whole issue with that was on Sunday morning, my sister had said, "Hey, I was just made known to me that there were some live videos that Morgan had recorded inside the facility." She signed the NDA saying that she wouldn't film or take photos or anything, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Can you ask her to take it down? So I asked Morgan, "Hey, I talked to my sister. She's asking if you take this video down." She flipped out. "Tell me what time, what timestamp, mother blah, blah, blah," going off.
John explains that Morgan had posted several videos of the inside of his family business setup, despite signing an NDA regarding pictures or videos of his work when she had visited the facility. John says that his sister then came to him wanting to know why Morgan was still living at his house.
I was like, "I've been trying. I've asked her nicely. I've told her this won't work as a romantic relationship, yada, yada." And she's like, "Okay, fine."
John's sister and her husband decide to go out to the house to convince Morgan to take down the videos she's filmed without permission. But the conversation quickly turns heated.
We are not a traditional cafe. We're completely unconventional. And my Wix website really has to capture the same.
Unconventional cafe. I don't care about your $30 latte.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
I do not care. Don't.
But the conversation quickly turns heated.
She was going off. She was drunk. When they went in there, they were like, "Okay, well, it appears that she is packing her things up. She's clearly intoxicated. We can't ask her to, drive away or anything like that." So I've literally, since Sunday night, been sleeping up the road by the off-road section right outside of Pyramid Lake.
Yeah.
John explains that Morgan's tantrums and sudden outbursts had scared him to a point where he'd packed out of his own house and had been sleeping in his car up a dirt road. In his quest for a solution to the problem, John even reaches out to Morgan's family. Their response is astonishing.
I called her brother yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Your sister's been drinking for a few days. She says she's going to leave. She still hasn't left, and I'm not sure what to do. He literally responded, you do what you got to do, man. She's just had an ongoing issue with everyone in her family. Her brother was like, you know, if you got to try to get her 5150, this, that, and the other, he's like, you just do what you got to do.
5150 is a reference to laws that allow for the detainment of persons experiencing a mental health crisis. Meanwhile, John tells deputies more dark details about the messages Morgan has been sending.
No, I want 400K for my silence.
So when I took a quick look at her YouTube channel, she seems to be like the wholesome, like, travel vlogger type channel. She doesn't seem to have, like, yeah, so she's like, oh, I did this cute little thing and I did this wholesome thing. And I'll be honest, I've heard plenty of people like that, that tend to not tend to have some problems. So to hear that possibly she has problems with a lot of people, that does not surprise me. Unfortunately.
We had a text exchange about her demanding money and then saying, well, I know you're broke, so I'll settle for 20K for my silence.
What is she wanting her silence for?
Well, she's claiming that she'll ruin my reputation.
With serious allegations hanging in the air, deputies must consider all possibilities. Is John trying to get out ahead of the story with a tale of his own, or is Morgan inventing accusations for financial gain? John tells the deputies his version of what happened.
So I went and knocked on the door. I actually thought she might try to pull some, so I had my phone recording in my back pocket, audio only. She finally answered the door, just soaking wet, like she'd gotten out of the bathtub, towel on, very disoriented. I was like, hey, I'm just checking on you. I saw the posts you made about help me, I need help, I'm not good. We're still just standing in the doorway, and she's like, I don't know, something, my eye. I'm like, trying to look, I'm like, what's going on, right? We have a brief conversation, she slams the door, I leave.
It's a simple enough story, but is it the truth? That's something police must investigate. But first, they want to see exactly what Morgan has been posting online.
Last night at like 2-ish or so in the morning, she sends me some texts. Oh, she's still texting? She's still texting. That's the most recent text. She's trying to say that because of her antics, she's gained more subscribers and is making more money and then demanding 400K. She even sent her bank account screenshot with her routing info and everything. She's saying she wants the money for silence, and then she started posting early this morning around 2 or 3 a.m. photos that apparently that she's taken down that showed that I had physically abused her.
Do you have those photos on here? Can you
they're in the email.
As the deputy reads through the posts, he finds a message in which Morgan references something ominous.
What's this unstoppable army? What is that?
That's what she calls her followers
Oh.
on her social media platform.
Okay.
Police now.
The Unstoppable Army. Well, it seems like it didn't take much to stop. Because it seems like she's not making content anymore. That's so... So I'm making more money from you, from whatever. And as such, I request that you give me $400,000. Give me $500,000 right now. And surely this won't come back to bite me in the ass later.
Now understand that Morgan's threats have teeth. Her popularity on YouTube gives her a wide audience, and her loyal followers will likely believe any allegations she makes against her.
So she had 155,000 when I looked at her thing. So she only lost 1,000 followers from this? Really?
Her ex-boyfriend.
is-
John also explains a little more about how the situation between them deteriorated so drastically this week.
I had given her till yesterday at noon to be gone. That was the deal that we agreed to via text. She said, okay, fine, I understand, I'll be out. And I said, the other option is that I will have to go down and get an eviction notice filed for you. So you pick. And obviously she didn't like that ultimatum, probably not the smartest thing on my behalf to even state that. But, yeah.
You mentioned here that you contacted the FBI?
Yes, last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Okay. What did the FBI tell you?
They took the report and then they said, call in and, report it to local authorities.
Okay.
And I planned to do that this morning, but by the time I woke up, I had already seen all this stuff that she was putting out. So I immediately called as soon as I woke up.
Okay.
Oh, here she just posted again. 400K and I'll shut up. Ask to write the check 2 minutes ago.
John seems to have all the evidence he needs. Nonetheless, the deputy explains that bringing this case to resolution may not be as simple as it appears.
This is my other problem.
Okay.
Talking to her yesterday, she was very adamant of not coming out of the house.
Yes.
And very adamant of me not going into the house.
Okay.
Even if I have probable cause to arrest her for extortion,
yes,
people's rights outweigh my ability to go in. So I can't go into the house. I can't rip her out.
So
of the
bad
house.
situation.
There's a door, there's a threshold there, I can't violate that.
Right.
So if she refuses to come out to talk to me, then I probably won't be able to arrest her today.
Indeed, because of this legal barrier, the deputy actually discusses with John a few options for getting Morgan out of the house, including potentially having her meet John at a neutral location. As it turns out, however, no ruse is needed. In the following body cam audio, we join the deputies as they make contact with Morgan at the house.
Hey Morgan, how are you?
I'm okay.
You okay? What's going on today? Nothing? No? There was some posts about you injured your eye? How did that happen? Someone hit you?
Oh.
When did it hit you?
Came back and
Okay. What if you talk to my partner? If you
no, I'm just my heart is pounding.
Okay. Well, I would like to talk about that with you. Just so we can make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can we come in and talk to you? So what? So that looks. Do you have a light? Can I turn the light on?
Sure.
Because Morgan lets the deputies inside willingly, they no longer need a pretense.
It's like... So, the cops are like vampires. They need to be invited in? Is that how this works? Am I getting that? Am I understanding that correctly? So... I'm assuming she didn't expect cops to come by and didn't think cops would take it seriously when someone starts posting about being abused. Which is interesting. Typically, I feel like most people would understand that's like a problem. How do you need to give a cop permission to search a car unless you have a warrant? Or like how... Okay. Well, I get you need permission, but I thought they could... Like, if there was reasonable concern, they could just be like, hey, we're coming in. You know? Like, if she put out a thing that said, help me, please help me, I would think that's probably probable, like, concern to just go in. Unless I'm wrong. Which, I'm wrong. But if she was unresponsive, then probably could. Or if someone's home and answers the door, I guess. When I hear somebody go, help me, please help me, and then they don't respond to a welfare call, so you have to go to their house, and they're like, no, actually, it's okay. I'm a little suspicious, so I would try to follow up. You know?
to lure her out of the house.
And when did this happen? You said yesterday after we were here? Oh, it happened on Monday? Do you have your phone? Were you able to call the police?
Can't really do anything.
Well, I mean, that's a battery. Like, it's not okay to
I just, like, I feel like I'm making entice him a little bit.
entice them. Well,
Because I'm still here.
Perhaps sensing that something is off about Morgan's claims, the deputy tries to get more details about the altercation.
Tuesday it happened. So that was yesterday, right? And you said it was after I came out and talked to you yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came home. What was the conversation? He was upset about?
Why the are you still here?
Okay. Anything else? It just started with that?
Yeah, just like, why are you still here? You.
At what point?
He got like super frustrated and just came at me.
Morgan tells the deputy that she has a recording that will demonstrate the truth of her claims. She pulls out her phone and plays the evidence for all to hear.
And this is all from yesterday when he was here?
No, when he called me after.
Oh, when he called you. Okay.
Why are you calling me?
You know why?
No, I don't.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
What?
Please tell me.
I was like looking at my phone and like looking at like 911 and like, should I call them? And so that's why I was calling you. Like, do I call?
Did you call them?
No, and I wasn't sure.
What are you saying right now, Morgan?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't.
What you're talking about?
Yeah, like I wasn't sure if I should. Like, should I?
Why don't you? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Why would you call them?
What for? Extremely abusive and threatening me.
What did I threaten you with?
My life.
I did?
The recording doesn't get the deputy any closer to resolve.
Oh. Okay, so calling someone instead of the cops just being like, I was looking at, should I? That's you know what he says, extortion? I can hear it. That's yeah, that sounds like extortion. That sounds like possibly thinking of making a false police report if there was no abuse. That's a little odd to then show a deputy being like, see? I don't understand.
Solving the matter, but it seems Morgan herself is eager to put the whole thing in the past.
He's a nice guy. Like I said, like I feel like I enticed him. Like I'm still here. And he doesn't deserve any action.
Yeah.
This was a big mistake.
What was a big mistake?
This just whole thing.
Like coming here or dating him, or what part was it?
No, like the hitting me thing.
Okay.
It was like just a big mistake.
Has he ever been like
No.
violent with you in the past or
Never.
physical with you?
No, just verbally.
The deputy clearly isn't impressed with Morgan's evidence, but he continues to ask about the altercation and its fallout, warning her to take the matter seriously. Her response shows that there is more to unstoppable Morgan than meets the eye.
Like it's fine, everything's fine. Like he's gone and he's left me alone. And
But what happens if he comes back, because he does live here? So
I have a gun.
you have a
And
gun.
Oh.
Shoot him. Can I? If he comes in here, I will shoot him. Can I?
Well,
I'm
if
staying
you feel like you
Okay, so if the cop wasn't already concerned, I feel like this is... See, so the cop can't say yes, because if he's like, well, if you feel like you need to defend yourself, then yeah. Then the next time the guy comes back, regardless if she's defending herself or not, if this is extortion, she could just shoot him. And be like, well, the cop said yes. That's... Asking a cop, can I shoot him, is the same as going, what do I say, when asked for the truth. Like, what do I say? What happened? You say the truth? Oh, Okay.
If your life is in danger, you do have a right to defend yourself. But I'm not recommending that.
But I'm not okay. So the cop just saved himself by saying I'm not recommending it. The cop just did the equivalent of when you give someone advice and go, "Hey, I don't know though." That's the equivalent of what he just did. Giving someone relationship advice and then going, "Hey, I don't know."
Perhaps realizing that the situation between John and Morgan has the potential to get much worse if left unresolved, the deputy steers the conversation in a different direction.
So did you send him any messages or anything about any money?
Oh, that was a joke. He gave his ex-wife 400,000, so I was joking and said I wanted 400.
Yeah, don't follow my example. Yeah. Also, that was a joke. That doesn't sound like a joke. She didn't just ask for 400K. She said she would show pictures of her black eye saying he hit her, and then going, 400K please. I know I'm not the funniest guy around, but that doesn't sound like a good joke. Someone being like, okay, how much for a sticker? And I go, $400,000. That's a joke, right? It's not a funny one, but it's a joke. Going, I make a false police report, or you give me 400 grand. Or, because I'll be honest, if somebody hit me and I got a black eye and I really didn't like them, I wouldn't then try to get money out of them. I would just call the cops. If I actually cared, I would just call the cops. If your immediate jump is to, I can get money out of you, then I don't think that's... I didn't even guffaw. Yeah. My knee has not been hit. Not been slapped. Just have a... Yeah. Because now you have something being like, you've committed a crime now. Now he can go, no, I didn't do that. So if he did hit, like if he did hit you, now it doesn't matter. Now you've made it into extortion, and he can claim, no, I didn't hit her. And he can say, oh, no, she did it to herself. Congratulations, you have just now ruined your case. It's not a hard thing to do, to be like, hey, I just got hit. And then the cops come by and are like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Did you tell him that you were joking?
He knows.
How does he know that you were joking?
Just by the context of it all.
Well, I read all the messages, and I've seen all the posts. They don't seem to be joking.
I know what it looks like, but like, he knows.
Leaving aside the question of whether or not the posts were mere jokes, the deputy explains that there are some discrepancies in Morgan's timeline.
What was it that you were referring to about being silent if he paid you the money? You told him that if he paid you the money that you would be silent and just leave. What was that about that injury? And that happened yesterday?
Like I said.
So I'm assuming this is the same day that she gets arrested that they're talking to her. I don't know if it's the video quality. I don't see... She doesn't look like she has a black eye. I'm assuming it's the video, but I don't see any, like... A black eye, like a bruise, you can still see on bad video. And I will never try to be like the I need proof whatever person. But like if you're telling me someone cut off your arm and you're telling me that while having both your arms, I'm gonna be a little suspicious. Because a bruise like that, like a black eye getting hit, in the face doesn't go away just overnight. Just ask Elon Musk. Also, apparently, I found out, you know how Elon Musk had a black eye like a little bit ago, Jonah? And he said his son hit him? Apparently, Elon Musk got into a fist fight over had to do economic stuff with someone in Trump's party. That's the rumor that was going around, but he said his son hit him instead. So that there wasn't like a investigation. But he had that bruise for like a week. And if this is like, I think she said she got hit like a day or two ago. No, not Trump himself. But I think she said she got hit like a day or two ago by this guy. I don't see any bruise.
Well, you said that it happened after I would talk to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of those messages were before yesterday. What were those about being silent and just leaving?
Morgan doesn't seem to have an answer for this, so the deputy tries to determine why she posted pictures of her black eye to her army of followers.
But when you posted the pictures, was that to imply like that he did those? Is that why you posted them? To hurt him? Is there a specific reason you want to hurt him? You said that he's a nice guy and he's let you stay here. The reason that you posted those to hurt him specifically?
Well, that's something I have to ask myself. And so it's like this tit for tat thing going on right now, where he's like, I want to destroy you, and I'm like,
what actions has he done to destroy you?
threatening to, he said that I need help,
Okay.
and I need to be in a mental institution,
Okay.
and he was like, I'm going to make sure that you get there,
Okay.
and I was like, why would you do that to me and my dogs?
Do you think he's trying to destroy you by saying that you need to maybe get some help?
Do I need help? No.
No.
I am 100% mentally sane.
Okay.
Morgan takes the topic of her mental health off the table, but she lets the deputy know that her anger at John comes from a wellspring of betrayal.
Why do you hate him
So she says she's sane, which means her lawyer cannot use insanity as a thing now. So lovely. At any point you can say like you don't want to talk to the cops without a lawyer present. I don't know why, like, even if the cop was in my house, if there was something I didn't want to talk about, I would just say like I want a lawyer present before I talk about that. And they won't, like, they'll be suspicious at that, but they can't take whatever I'm saying. So she's currently just making it harder for her lawyer.
How did he trick you?
He just tricked me. He told me everything I ever wanted to hear. And coerced me to come in here, and then I left, and then he coerced me to come back. And here we are. I just feel like such a fool. It was just me lying about everything. I wanted a family, and I wanted a baby, and we're having unprotected, and he's like, let's not try to have a baby, but let's not try to have a baby, and he just fooled me.
As dramatic as these details may be, the deputy is more interested in hard evidence
Okay,
of
well-
wrongdoing. He makes one last attempt to get the truth about their supposedly violent altercation.
How many times did he come over here yesterday?
No, he didn't come over. He's just been driving past.
So he didn't come over at all yesterday?
Oh, am I being pinged by chance?
My phone when it comes to the altercation, but after that, he's been gone.
Will you look at the phone and see when the altercation happened? Because yesterday when I talked to you, you didn't have the black eye or anything. But now you're telling me that he didn't come over here yesterday, so I just...
No, I didn't say that. I feel like I need a lawyer.
You want a lawyer? You don't want to talk to me anymore? Okay.
Morgan is clamming up.
So now she needs a lawyer.
That he knows more than he's let on thus far.
So she has said everything now, essentially. Now she wants a lawyer. What is Chance trying to ping me for? Where am I getting pinged? Where did he ping me? Jonah? He did what you do. Where he like pings someone and then remove whatever. No, images and memes. Why is he pinging me here? McChicken is straight up dunking over a triceratops like a motherfucker. Alright. Open link. Ten out of 10.
Would it surprise you to know if I told you that John recorded that conversation because he thought that there might be like some...
Chat, something's at the door. I'll be right back. Ads are going, so it's fine. Alright, I have returned. I've never edited so quickly. Nothing left to do but play video games. Ooh, true. Like Baldur's Gate or Destiny.
allegations, so he recorded his conversation with you when he came home yesterday?
Okay.
And in the recordings, it doesn't sound like he was being violent or anything.
Right. He is a mastermind. He is so... It's like, this guy is like the most... He premeditates everything that he does. And so, I'm here, so he's mad about that. I will not just...
Okay, so This guy is really bad and he premeditates everything and he's a massive manipulator, horrible person. But you don't want to press charges. Why? It doesn't matter if he's a massive manipulator if you have evidence. You can't manipulate your way out of it, out of a recording. You know? Like if the cop said when he was there yesterday, she didn't have a black eye. And it doesn't look like she has a bruise there now either. So well, and you mentioned now wanting a lawyer partially, but not fully. How? What do you do in that situation? Like, what is the cop supposed to do? Oh, I don't get it.
Pushed out.
There's a detailed account of John's recording in the official police report. In that account, it's said that John knocks on the door for approximately 8.5 minutes before Morgan answers. John says he's just checking on her, and Morgan replies that she is good, but her eye is not. Observing that she's all wet, John asks if she slipped in the tub. Morgan says no. John asks her, "Did you slip on the floor?" This time, Morgan says, "Yeah." John attempts to get more information about what happened.
Oh.
Morgan simply says, "You tell me." The police report notes that the audio conversation is consistent with John's verbal statement. Unfortunately for Morgan, the recording is not consistent with her story of John hitting her. The deputies know that she's been lying to them, and the next step is inevitable.
Do me a favor, ma'am. Go and stand up for me, please. Run over here.
Why?
Ma'am, please just stand up, okay?
No.
Ma'am, I don't want to do anything.
What are you doing?
Like, just stand up for me, please.
Stop. I have
Just
3
stand up.
dogs.
Okay, I understand that. Hands behind your back.
I don't.
No.
Ma'am, relax.
You are not doing this. What are you doing?
Morgan, just relax.
Why, you guys? Why are you doing this?
So, Morgan, I told you I'd explain it to you, all right? So right now, you're being arrested for extortion, okay?
Extortion?
Extortion. So
For the $20,000 comment?
for asking for $400,000 for your silence and for you to leave, right?
All right.
Okay.
It was a joke, but okay.
Well,
That
John didn't
that's
think it
not
was
a very
He
good
felt like
joke.
you were being serious because you asked him several times about it. Okay. So that's where we are right now. Okay.
Extortion.
Morgan spends the next few minutes digesting the reason for her arrest, and when we catch up with her in the back of the police car, she's come to her own conclusions about the situation.
I know what's going on right now.
But he did say that he's been in contact with your brother and...
With my brother that lives in...
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Of course he's in contact with my brother. Of course he's in contact with everyone that I know. I fell in love with a stalker. And I know why this is happening, because I know that family owns this town.
Okay. So now, I think she means his family. However, I know the family of my girlfriend. That's kind of natural. Being like, of course he called my brother, or is in contact with my brother. Yeah, because he wants to find out if you're okay? And he's asking what he should do? Yeah, they're not dating anymore, but if you date for a couple of years and now he invites you to live at his house, I don't see... Okay. So his family owns this town.
Morgan believes that she's the victim of a powerful conspiracy, and she blames the deputy for his part in her persecution.
Okay, so I think she might be delusional. I don't think the town is out to get her. Not like the last guy we looked at, Tanner. Or she's currently under the influence of something. Because you know some of those other, like, body cams we've seen where someone's, like, not on this material plane with whatever they've been smoking, and they're like, you're out to get me. I know you are. I feel like she might be on she's onto something, but I don't think it's a train of thought.
And how dare
It's just
you?
crazy. I don't.
And you know what? Go to sleep tonight. Sleep on your pillow and know what you did to this woman. This is exactly what he wanted. And now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs.
If you want, man, we could call animal control.
You remember that one body cam we watched where some lady that, like, threatened her, like, ex-husband? She was like, I'm gonna get you, and then, like, cackled like a cartoon villain. And then her response was, I didn't mean it, it was a joke, and started, like, freaking out. This is the same thing. You send someone an extortion thing, you're like, oh, I didn't mean it, and now that you're in the back of the cop car, you're crying. Maybe don't do something stupid, like commit a crime, and you won't get arrested. It's not hard to not extort someone. The Orange Smart Network shutting down my access point for the 3rd time today. They know you. They know what you're doing. They're trying to keep you focused.
No, please, 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 no, no, he'll be good. No.
If he'll be good to them, why are you upset? No, Pineapple, I mean, like, they know you're not doing your schoolwork like you should be doing, so they're trying to keep you on task. Why are you upset that he has your dogs? And then you're like, no, he'll be good to them. Okay. And? He's done, Mr. Creamer. Right. You know what? My CPU and my brain, they're the same level of cooked right now. I have to open my window and deal with smoke. I'm not doing right. I don't understand. I don't understand this lady's reasoning. She says she got abused, and then it's like, no, honest mistake. I don't want you guys to charge him. Huh? He has my dogs. Okay, well, we can call animal control to come pick them up and hold and, like, take them somewhere. No, he'll be good to them. So what is the problem? I don't understand. So this guy has never hit you. She said she's never been hit. All of a sudden, he hits her. Yet, there's no bruising. And yet, there's no bruising, but she has a black eye. Okay. So your eye is bruised, but not bruised. So what is the problem? I don't... He invited you to live with him. He's doing what he can to try to help you. And then you're like, I have a bruise on my eye, $400,000, or I say it was you. I'm so confused. I don't understand. I don't see the problem.
Morgan's emotions run from sadness.
So if he's good... Okay, so he wants your dogs? Is that why he's having the town Controlling the town to arrest you? He doesn't want the house? He doesn't want money, he wants your dog. Okay. Brother, if she's sober, she might need help.
To anger and back again on the long ride to jail.
Yeah, wave hello and say goodbye. Can you please turn this music off?
I can't. What kind of music would you like?
Just nothing at this point. Just
Oh.
but this is like the worst song ever.
The song in question is Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
This is not the song I need to go to jail to.
Put on country?
No. Just silence, please.
I think silence is worse for the cop. That is a good song though. I'd be what's that one song, Sunshine? Like Sunshine, Lollipops and Rainbows? If that was playing, that'd be worse. I'd be pissed off if it was that. I would request soundproofing in my car, I'm pretty sure, between me and the back.
Please. You tricked me.
I tricked you?
I invited you in the house, and I know that if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. You tricked me.
I wasn't trying to trick you, man. I was trying to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, and you came inside because you knew that you would only have the authority to arrest me if I either crossed the threshold or I let you in. You tricked me. I hope this is meeting your quota.
We don't have quotas.
Yeah, yes, you do. One of my best friends is a police officer. Yes, you do. And he loves to deny that.
Perhaps unsatisfied with how that
Okay.
exchange went, Morgan turns her attention to another source of her troubles.
What is your occupation?
I'm a oh God, I hate saying that. Oh God, I hate saying that word. No. YouTuber, I guess. Leave it up to YouTube, you know? Leave it up to YouTube. This is like my last straw. Like, every person that I meet on YouTube is the most up piece of like, leave it up to YouTube.
Morgan may be having second thoughts about dating her fans, but it isn't long before she turns her bitterness back to the deputy.
So all along when you walked in the door, you already knew?
I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Like, all those questions and, like, acting like you cared.
I do care, man.
That was all just a game.
Trying to figure out what happened to your eye. I was trying to figure out,
Right,
after that happened, what happened, why you didn't call the police,
Like, be a human for a second. Like, you know how crazy women can get. And I was yelling and
Okay. Don't be like, I'm a woman. Don't. Yeah, he was a fan. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's bad. But don't use the excuse of, you know how crazy women get. Fuck you? Okay. That's not a valid excuse. You can't just go, women, am I right? No! Yeah, he's past fan behavior if he's... You've dated. Okay. Okay. He brought up the thing of like, hey, I don't, like, we're chill. I don't think we can do this romantically. And then she sends him the extortion thing. Okay. Sounds like you didn't like getting broken up with. Be a fan or not. At that point, I think he's... It's not really like a stalker to be like, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. That's not... It happened again. Pineapple, I just passed my computer troubles on to you. So... I've heard plenty of stories about stalkers and people for content creators. I don't think I've ever seen a story about a stalker being like, actually, I don't want to be with you anymore. Except for, was it Robert Patterson or somebody? Like, spent time with a stalker for a day and just acted so abhorrently that he gave whatever stalker the ick and they didn't want to be with him. Acted, but that's... Yeah, that's how he is? Okay. He said he acted different, so that it's whatever. I don't... This kind of just sounds like this guy was like, yeah, he's a fan. You still took a chance with him. It didn't work out, and now you're trying to get back at him, and it backfired. That's how it looks.
I know what I'm doing, and like, I don't think that I would have done what he had done had I not been doing what I was doing.
Morgan's explanation seems to assign equal blame, which makes it all the more difficult for her to see any justification for her arrest.
So he just called you, and this is how much pull he has?
No, ma'am. He called and explained your guys' relationship to us, everything that's been going on, the text messages between you two, the concern about the money.
Okay. All I know is that I was standing in the doorway of the garage, and he went nuts, and then I locked the door.
Morgan sticks to her story as it relates to the altercation, and she maintains that her posts are not as incendiary as they seem.
Okay. That's like Tanner was saying, he wasn't trying to be aggressive, but he gets how it looks like that. You don't have to say like, if everybody knows who your partner was, right? Everybody knows you were dating somebody. And then you're alluding to somebody close hitting you. People are going to jump to the one conclusion of, oh, it's probably him. They know what he looks like. They know his name. They know his voice. You don't need to say verbatim for people to pick up on the cue of, oh, this person's probably bad, like a bad person. What do you mean that's not as incendiary? You said someone physically assaulted you. The only person people are going to think of is your partner.
Record, it was a joke.
With her thing.
Okay?
Also, abuse isn't a joke, and neither is extortion. Fuck you again.
It was a joke. And I thought that I had privacy to my own platform, and I even blocked him on there.
You don't have privacy to a public platform. If it's in a Discord server and you put out a thing that's like, hey, it's like you're venting on a Discord server that you have to have another way in that's private, you can make that argument. On your public YouTube channel, putting out a community post, or however she posted it, that is not a private platform. That's not how that works. At all. If I make a statement on my channel, if I type something in my Twitch chat to be like, I love Latinas, that is a public statement. Again, I'm sorry, Pineapple. I don't know what's going on with you. I say that statement. That is a public statement on a public platform. Yes, it's my channel, and the ownership of my channel is private, but that's like, you wouldn't put a sign, if you owned a restaurant, you wouldn't put a sign out on the street, because while the inside is a private area, for certain dealings, words are not. A restaurant is still a public place, therefore any words that are said are said publicly. They're not said privately. Treat any social media space you're in as if it's like a street where people are just walking by, they're watching you perform. If you wouldn't say something on the street to somebody, don't say it on your channel. Right? That's kind of the line to follow.
Or like the fact that he even saw that, I don't. He must have created like a new screen name or something. Like.
She blocked him on YouTube. He can still see. I think if you block somebody on YouTube, they can still see your channel. They just can't type. I don't think that's how. Like, if they can still see your videos and stuff, they just can't type in comments or anything. I'm pretty sure they can still see your posts, and like if you post something, or if you like do whatever, they can still view your content.
It was a joke.
Morgan's story has no effect on her circumstances, so she focuses instead on her immediate environment.
Would you mind turning the air on, or at least letting the window down?
Turning it on?
Yeah, just like, or at least let the window down or something. Well, that doesn't work. Where is it blowing?
Maybe from the top.
I need some modification.
Morgan clearly isn't happy about her accommodations,
Womp
but she
womp.
hasn't lost her sense of humor completely, as we see in this comical exchange.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah.
What's your biggest one?
The one on my back? I don't know. What type of cushion is that?
I just-
One in my crack.
I just need
You want to see it?
I just need a list of tattoo.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
people have a
the
lot.
one in my back says the world is my oyster in my crack.
Okay.
It's 100% true. You want to see it? Okay. No, I'm not. Worst tattoo I ever got.
She also reveals that this isn't her first run-in with the law.
I have assaulting a police officer on my record.
Oh.
10 years ago.
Okay.
I don't want to say the same scenario, but like I drove drunk and I purposely rammed a car with my Bronco because she was driving too slow. And then I went back home, and then the police officers came to my house, and I had this like dog fence up, and he like tripped and fell over it. Yeah, he like tripped and fell over the dog fence, and then he claimed that I assaulted him.
If Morgan is able to see the funny side of her troubles, her sense of humor vanishes when the deputy tells her that John is taking out a protection order against her.
Protection order? Over what? Hold up. I protected him.
But this mild display
I
of
protected
anger is
him.
nothing compared to what we see inside the sheriff's office when Morgan realizes that police intend to comb through her cell phones.
Do you give me consent to go through your phone to acquire that information related to this case?
No.
Okay.
Go through my phone for, excuse me?
For the text messages, the conversations, the things that you're posting about, do you give me consent to do that?
I feel like I need a lawyer.
Okay. It's just yes or no.
No.
Okay.
In this scenario, requesting a passcode instead of a fingerprint or face scan is seen as testimonial under the Fifth Amendment. While courts differ on this, the Supreme Court has yet to address it directly. It's advised not to share passcodes to protect one's Fifth Amendment rights. However, under the Fourth Amendment, searching a phone without consent or a warrant is generally deemed unreasonable. Law enforcement must obtain a warrant based on probable cause for a phone search without consent.
Well, you can log on there if you want to.
But we're going to download it all.
Okay, I will help you do that.
I just asked
I
if you...
can sign on to Patreon right now and you can see the post.
Okay, so So you do want them on, you don't want them on. W ad. What is the ad? Her Patreon. Okay, our like ads on the channel just started as well, so I thought you got something. That's no, I don't want you to look at it, but I can log on myself and show you. Okay. Well, they gotta make sure you don't delete anything. So you just said no, but yes. Okay. So what is it?
If that's what you need.
You're good.
Log on. I gave you my phone password.
You did, and I can't download them here. I have to take them
What
upstairs.
do you mean download? Like I'll send it. I'll send it to you.
We're just going to download everything off that phone.
You
for the
cannot.
case.
There's over 6,000 videos.
Okay. We're only going to be getting the videos that are related to this case, not all your other videos of your YouTube.
But there
and
are no
stuff.
videos. It's a post, and
Okay.
so I was telling you, if you open my phone right now, we can screenshot the Patreon message. The post that I put on Patreon, we can screenshot it. It has nothing to do with videos. It has nothing to do with photos.
I'm just going to apply for a search warrant for those things at this point.
Right. Of course you would.
Yeah. Okay. So once
Because we both know who you are.
What does that mean? Of course you would. He's okay, so you want him to do it illegally? He's creating a paper trail, so if they take more than what they need, he gets in trouble. Because we both know who you are. Someone that's doing their job correctly? Who so far has been quite kind in dealing with you? Cop didn't need to change the music. Didn't need to open a window or put on air conditioning. Most people, I think, would be okay doing it. I don't think that they care. They haven't said anything or done anything like bad, and they haven't been rough from what she's been saying, so you're just rude for no reason? Like, yeah, he's a cop, I get that, but what do you mean? Do you want him to look to like I don't understand people, man. He's not doing anything wrong.
So once they're downloaded, then you can go through the process of getting
Download
them
it.
back.
There's nothing to download. It's a post on Patreon.
You need to relax.
Okay.
Officials at the detention center administer a breathalyzer test for safety reasons. Morgan blows a .303, indicating severe.
Oh. That. So, Jonah, the highest we've seen from body cams in the Discord was a .21 or a .25 or something. .5 is lethal. You die at a .5 blood alcohol level. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. I want to see the faces of some of these cops when they look at the amount and just kind of like the, oh. Because that's... How much do you have to... Actually, how much do you have to drink to get to that point? Because that's not just like, oh, like a fireball or something. That's like you're clearing out a store. Oh man. That makes a lot of sense now. I get it.
In a video uploaded to her Patreon 8 days later, Morgan said, quote, "I like the idea of living a 100% sober life, so if this is what it took to get me here, then I'm grateful, despite all."
Okay. You getting arrested for extortion should not be what makes you sober. That's not the right stance to have, but all right. Okay.
All the emotion of the day, the Washoe County District Attorney's Office decided later that month not to pursue the charges against Unstoppable Morgan.
What?
John has moved back into his home with his daughter and ditched living in the trailer for good.
She didn't get charged. How? She... At the most petite, you need at least 6 drinks. For her, she probably need like 10 or more. How do you not get like charged though? That's whiskey. Take a whiskey drink. Dude, I would think she owned the town for not getting charged for what is clearly extortion. I would say she's the one, like her family's in control. Damn. He was living in a trailer on the side of the road while she was in his house. And his family runs the town? What? There's no way, man. Okay. There were other videos I wanted to watch, but I think we'll watch them later at another point. But I've been going live for 5 hours now. And I need to eat food. And figure out how to possibly fix my computer. It might just be Windows. Honestly, it could just be Windows causing this problem. I don't know. Because when I crashed during stream, the only thing I had up was Discord, YouTube, and OBS. That's it. So, I think we'll end it here. And we'll continue again sometime soon, either tomorrow. So this Friday, there should be a stream. Just because volunteer stuff hasn't kicked back up again yet. So we'll do it either tomorrow or Friday. Friday is Delta Room. Delta Room might be the Friday night thing when it's cooler. Just because Friday is supposed to be closer to 30 degrees. That and smoke is going to kill me. So I think we'll do it then. So, chat, I will see you all later. Go eat, go drink, get whatever rest you need, go be fine, be merry, be nice to people. Don't be a dick. It's easy to be nice to people. Go be nice. I'll see you all later.